Hi, it's Charlie and welcome to Friday's live trading video. It looks like there could be a couple of trades here today. Sometimes you get the impression, you sort of get an idea of when there might be a day when you can get a couple of trades. It just looks that way, the way the markets are. Starting off here though, we've got the pound dollar. I'm going to look to short this. This is just a 5-minute chart here. So I'm going to look to short this, going to put just a single unit position in, so it's only like a quarter size position here this morning. So I'm going to put that in on the pound dollar. It's been diverging up there into those highs, and it's hit its 200-day moving average. So I've just shorted that at, what did it just fill me at? 11, just over 11. So 131.11. So yeah, I've got that in. Target wise, we're looking down at 130, actually 130.57 currently. So but I've only just put the 1 unit in because the overall trend has been very much to the upside, as we know, with the pound dollar. So it has hit the daily 200 moving average. It's sitting around there at the moment. So there is some resistance there, but nevertheless, it's still been some quite strong price action to the upside. Hence why I've just put a quarter size position in on that one. Okay, so I'll pop the stop up above the high. Let's just get that done. Over 131.38. Okay, so that's that one done. I'm sort of stalking dollar CAD this morning as well. That's going to take some time before anything happens with that, but there's a potential for a trade on dollar CAD here today as well. So we'll pause at that and then we'll come back to this in a bit. Okay, just back, and one other market that I'm looking at this morning is this dollar CAD. This is an hourly chart here, but the 4-hour chart is starting to roll over, and the daily chart hit its daily 50 and daily 20 up here, so it's just starting to come over a little bit. So what I'm looking at is a retracement to get short. So I was just saying to the guys here in the trading room there that we have if it can get up into this zone up here towards these prior lows, oops, that whole zone there, then that's the zone that I'll be looking at to short that here today. Now the pound dollar, as I can see, is already on the move. Yeah, it's already coming down just from where we shorted that only a short while ago up here, wasn't it? It was about here at the time, but it's still got a long way to go. So the target is down at 57, so it's right down where my cursor is, so it's got loads of time to go. Usually the trade like this, you wouldn't expect it to play out too soon, so it could take most of the day, in fact, so we'll have to see. Anyway, I'll come back to this later as well. Okay, we're looking at the dollar CAD now. If I just do a quick update on the pound first of all, I should do that. So the pound is still sort of hovering here. We're at 130.79. We're looking at, well, 58 is the actual exit. I said 57, but 58 is the actual exit, so about where my cursor is. Nothing to do with that. Not moved stops. Fun enough, we've been having a long conversation. If I bring up the room, you can see all the traders there. We've all been having our chats there in the trading room. We've been having a conversation about the moving of stops, and this whole thing about moving stops to break even, and how some of our members have tested it on their own trading and proven that again that moving stops up to break even may make you feel good in the moment, but it's actually not more profitable. You're actually less profitable moving your stops up to break even. And this is a classic example. I've not moved my stops on this trade. We got in at 131.11, about where my cursor is up here, but I'm not moving the stop because I know that I'm better off leaving my stop where it is. Now, there are some types of trade that you can start to trade manage on with your stop losses, but again, if you know the types of trades that you're taking, some trades types you can, but there's a heck of a lot that you're better off not moving your stops to break even on, and this is one of those ones that I'm better off. Not that this couldn't come up and stop me out, and then you could argue after the fact, oh, you should have moved your stop to break even, and you'd have been just flat. but what I'm talking about is on a larger sample size of trades, I'm better off having my stops, leaving them where they are, putting up with the ones that just stop me out, and give them the room to breathe, because there's plenty of examples where they come up a bit, they would have stopped you out at break even, and then just rolled back over in your direction again. And that's the point there. Don't trade to make yourself feel good. I said this last week. If you want to feel good, go and have a massage or whatever to make you feel good. We trade to trade, not to make ourselves feel good. And yet too many traders get caught up in that. And this whole thing about moving stops to break even, I do find quite interesting. Anyway, so nothing to do with that pound dollar. I'm going to be taking a morning break soon, so if it does carry on coming down, it could hit my target while I'm off, but I've put the limit order in anyway, so it'll just hit the limit order if it does do that. Anyway, dollar CAD. I'm going to put an order in now on dollar CAD to short it. Just getting a deal ticket ready off screen. So I'm going to put an order in to short it up here because it's broken down and it's doing a retrace. That's on the hourly chart. The 4-hour chart, similar again, it's broken down below my 20-period moving average, coming back up on a retrace. I'm going to look to short that retrace to then see if it can run down to my 4-hour 50. The daily chart, it's hit some resistance on the daily chart up there, so I'd like to see if it can work its way down. Because it's based on the 4-hour chart, it could be, could it not get there this afternoon and maybe it takes until Monday? Yeah, it could be one to have to hold on to. But anyway, let's see. Right, so let's put an order in anyway. So it's going to be a sell limit at 133.36. 133.36. Let's get a stop put in. It always comes up for a recommended stop. Put the price in. So the stop's going to be at 133.60. I've already talked about that with the guys, and the target is like I say, down at the 4-hour 50. I won't put the limit order in as a target, so I'm just going to place the order, and then that is there. So I've got an order now just for another unit. So because I'm spreading the love a bit this morning, I'm just putting single units in. I have taken another trade with the guys in the trading room here, which I've not put onto the video because it's more of a semi-swing, if you will. That's one that I've not included in the recording here today. While I had this on pause, we discussed that trade. So in fact, I have got something else in as well. So that's it for now. So we'll see if that can trigger. Now if it doesn't, if it rolls down over this next hour or so, then I'll just cancel the order. I want it to come up in a clean move. I don't want, if it reacts back down here and then starts coming back up, I'll probably just leave it alone. So but anyway, for the time being, that order is there. I'll come back to this later. Okay, just back now from my morning walk, the break, and we can see that put that order in on dollar CAD, but as we can see, it's rolled over. So I'm now going to cancel that dollar CAD order. So I'm just doing that off screen. Let's see if I can pick it up. There it is. So there's my order. So I'm just going to cancel it. So this is to cancel orders and close. Right, okay, so I've cancelled that now because it's already come off from that zone. If it comes up again, I'd have to reassess really. So I've cancelled that order. I was just saying to the guys here, the pound dollar got to within 4 pips of the downside target. The target was at 58, just a pip above the level on the actual chart, and it got to 62. I think it might have even been marginally below 62, 61 point something. But anyway, you can't do much about that. Sometimes, you know, you take a choice on your target, and you have to see. So I was just saying to the guys here that I still think that overall this could still play itself out, but it could now take some time. You know, it had its chance there. It was within 4 pips. Now it might take longer. If it's going to roll over, that could take into Monday now potentially. So no, may come back down again later, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So so we, like I've said, we did take another trade this morning, but I'm not going to disclose that one with you because that one was a more of a semi-swing anyway. So and that one so far is actually doing all right. Irony. That one's, mind you, pound's still up. We're still up in profit. We shorted it at 131.11, but they're running. That's running all right as well. So we'll see how we go. So we'll come back to this later. I'll stop jibber jabbering for now. Recording. Okay, so it looks like dollar CAD's got away from us. We were looking at 133.38. Based on that 4-hour chart. This is the hourly chart, but as we can see, it didn't quite get there. Got up to about 30 and has now fallen away. So if we go back to that 4-hour chart, you can now see that it's come down, and I was looking for the 4-hour 50, my black line down here. So it didn't quite get up there to what I was looking for, which was the 4-hour 20, to sell it from the 4-hour 20 to take it down to there. But anyway, a miss on that one. The pound dollar, just so we can revisit that. Remember, we got to within 4 pips of target down here. Still waiting to see if the pound dollar can get down there today. It may not. I've been talking to the guys here. It could be that it chops around and maybe comes down on Monday. That could still happen. So we're just playing a waiting game. I'll carry on with the video for the time being, but obviously by sort of 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock today, I'll have to get this video wrapped up. So we'll have to see whether it gets down there or not by close of play today. Okay, just back finally now. It's 4:20, and as we can see, the pound ended up going higher. It got to within, as I keep saying, it was about 3 pips or so of the target. You know, it hit the hourly 50. It was one of those things. It was the daily pivot just a little bit low. You would have thought it might have hit that and just overshot and hit that, but it would have been nice if we'd have got that as well. But so on the pound trade. Lost 218, but we did take another trade this morning. I think I said earlier on, which was more of a semi-swing, but that one made 386, as you can see here. Just taking a screenshot of that. So in actual fact, it was actually a positive day. It was only to the tune of whatever that is, what's that? Just under 200 quid. But it was a profitable day. So reason we didn't show that trade this morning, because I thought the other trade was going to be a swing trade, and I don't like putting the video out if it's a swing trade, a semi-swing. It was only be a semi-swing, like maybe an overnight type trade. Obviously it would have gone over the weekend, but hence why we didn't. We took it in the trading room, but we didn't. I didn't call it on the live video here. But as it turned out, that other trade went up and hit its target today, so it had a good run. As we've seen, the dollar itself has had some big runs this afternoon. So anyway, so it was a stop out there on the pound, but did make hit the target on another trade that we took today. So a profitable day, but would have been even more profitable if that pound dollar had just gone those extra few pips lower. But anyway, and the big question always is the case of, oh, why didn't you move your stop to break even once it come down? You were up, however many 40 pips or so, and you didn't move your stop to break even. Because with a lot of strategies, they're tested that way, that you are worse off if you move your stop to break even. Yes, on this particular occasion, we weren't, but a lot of the time you're not better off moving your stop to break even. So you have to put up with it when it does. When you've been in a nice profit and it comes all the way back against you, you just have to put up with those ones. But anyway, a profitable day, nothing too major, but a decent enough week in the trading room here. So I shall leave you to it and be back next Friday for live trading.